My name is Ashley Holst, and I am the Instructional Technology Coordinator for the American School of Barcelona. I work with students from kindergarten all the way through grade 12. So ASB's journey with Edpuzzle started in fall of 2019. We started because we had a few teachers who were familiar with Edpuzzle, and I had also been familiar with Edpuzzle. I've worked at other international schools where the teachers kind of brought up this idea of wanting to use Edpuzzle, and we explored it, practiced it with students, and we kind of saw like, how do they interact with it? How do they feel? So in fall of 2019, when contacted by Edpuzzle, I felt already very familiar and I knew this was a solid tool. And then Edpuzzle came out to our campus and we gathered some teachers together who were some Edpuzzle users, some who didn't have any experience with Edpuzzle, and then kind of did a little pilot to see what's the learning curve of trying to use the software maybe for the first time, and for those more experienced, what things could be tweaked or what things might be missing. In general, when we decide on new software for a school, I like to see kind of what comes up from the teachers. So what things are they already trying? What things are out there? Because teachers are much more, like on blogs and seeing what other teachers are doing. And teachers are a really good filter for what's worth it and what's not. And then when we look at certain software, I always consider the 4 C's in technology, which is, does this tool help promote creativity, communication, collaboration, and critical thinking? Beyond that, there's a lot of tools that do that, but often the learning curve can be so great that it might deter teachers from trying it. So overall, we look at what can technology bring into those 4C areas, and what's the likelihood of teachers being able to tackle and use this new tool in a way that they feel is efficient and effective for the classroom. So another thing we liked about Edpuzzle was that it is GDPR compliant. We are a school based in Europe, and so child protection, data protection, all of that is very important to us as well. Immediately, whenever thinking of what software we can or can't use, we automatically need to look into the policies to make sure that they are GDPR compliant. It was really easy to find Edpuzzle's policy on this, and so that was another tick. Yep, it passes this kind of formula that we may have to be able to introduce new software at our school. So Edpuzzle has always been a tool that has allowed teachers to do what we like to call as well as content creation. They're experts in content, and Edpuzzle's platform makes it really easy to deliver content, find videos, overlay text, or stop and pause and ask questions. However, the teachers are the content creators. We learned very quickly in virtual schools, spring of 2020, that content creation takes so much time and so much energy from teachers. So another thing that teachers are constantly looking for are videos from YouTube from other teachers that may post, videos from other places like TED Talks or National Geographic's, people who are experts in the content area. They can dedicate a ton of time and they can kind of be transported into the classroom via video. So Edpuzzle's Originals is really exciting for teachers in this area, thinking that they may be able to save time in their content creation by using sources that they already know, Edpuzzle, a program that they already know, and take that learning via video to students kind of to the next level that engages them and also helps save time for delivery and that creation piece. One thing that teachers say they really love about Edpuzzle is the opportunity to be able to differentiate instruction. Being one teacher in a classroom with many students that have many different learning abilities, they're at different levels, and they just have different needs. Finding a tool that helps differentiate the content that you need to deliver is always a plus. So in Edpuzzle, some things that the teachers love is, one, they can assign different assignments to different students or different groups of students. It also allows for subtitles to be added or blocking subtitles to be added as well. And then, of course, students can't fast forward, which teachers also love, but they can rewind and they can watch over and over again until the material is being able to be absorbed, until that content is being able to be absorbed. One of my favorite things about Edpuzzle is that we know with learners, they learn very differently. Some people need to learn by seeing something, hearing something, and actually interacting with it. And Edpuzzle really allows for all of that. They are heavy visuals because it's video based, but also there's audio. And there can also be times to stop and put in additional information, or even ask a question, so the students have to quickly recall information so that it can stay with them longer. At schools, it seems to be that time is our most valuable currency. There's never enough time to teach all the content. There's never enough time for teachers to plan lessons. And often we know that teachers are sacrificing their nights and weekends. So when deciding on a new tool to use, we are really careful to make sure that it's not just another thing and it's not just another new shiny toy. So when we think about, is this tool going to be good for our school? We also have to think about, does it integrate with the tools that we already use? One thing that we loved about Edpuzzle is that we are very heavy in the G Suites. We use Google Classroom, we use Google Drive. And so teachers are able to quickly transfer all their students from their Google Classroom into Edpuzzle. It's very easy to post assignments, and even post assignments to certain students, which means that teachers can be really efficient in their creation and also distributing materials to students. And students don't have to go into many different places to log in, get the content. They can do it all through G Suites, which is what we use.